Here's the trade that went down. Pat Beverly, Los Angeles Lakers. And the Lakers send THT and Stanley Johnson to the Utah Jazz. And he is joining us now. 75th season of Laker basketball. Pat Bev, we were kind of having some fun when you walked up. Magic Johnson had tweeted this. James has said it already on air. I hated Pat Beverly when he played my Lakers, but I love him on our team. I am one of those guys as well, Allie, and I have to tell Pat Bev the truth.
You do.
Yeah.
When he was with the Clippers, and he was taking it to us, the Rockets, the T-Wolves, wherever he went.
But he was taking it to us, but he was doing it the right way.
Of course,
And
it's respect.
I said, there's always that player that you hate to play against, but you love to have him on your team.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. But you love that, don't you? Because that's just part of who you are, right?
I mean, I'm the same person every day, so it's not like I hate or love anything. It's just naturally who I am. It's everyone else that kinds of, when they're around me, they understand how, professional, how detailed I am as a professional. Their love for me begin to change a little bit. So.
Well, what's so great is wherever you've been, I mean, Clipper fans will love you forever.
Yeah.
Minnesota, even though it wasn't a long period of time, touched that city.
Yeah.
You guys did great things. Houston, too.
Yeah.
What's been the reception with Laker fans? Because I feel like all my friends who are like me, all are so happy you're here.
No, it's been love. I mean, it's been really like borderline famous type stuff. I ain't gonna front. But just walk around the city, the amount of love and respect people show throughout the city, even when I'm on, going back, the way my kids get treated now, obviously in grade school. No one's picking on them about their dad being, so-called trash. Everyone likes him.
He's a legend.
That's how it goes.
From the outside looking in, you've seen this team from the Clipper perspective everywhere you've been.
Yeah.
Now you're in here. What does it need? What does it need to turn around? What do you see as one of the missing pieces they need to get back to a championship form?
I think more like obviously what people, what I provide for a team obviously doesn't go on like the stat sheet all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, when it comes to camaraderie, I'm that guy. We land in the city, everyone meet at my room. We go high, we go chill, we go watch film, we go watch games, we go order food there, we go chill. We come in, hey, everyone needs to speak, say hello, give somebody a hug. Like, stuff that people don't talk about is what I bring. And wise man told me the more you can evolve as a human being, everything else will evolve in, your life, friendships, relationships, your profession. And that's all I just try to do.
See, it's more than playing the game.
It's never the game.
It's more. You're right. There's a stat sheet that doesn't show that,
Yeah.
and I love that you bring that to the table. Michael Cooper was that guy. The intangibles, a voice when you need it, when you're riding on the bus and you're having some issues, someone can speak up and say something. I love that about you.
Remember the play?
On and off the play?
He slapped the ball out of LeBron's hands. We thought it was off Pat Bev. It wasn't. It was off LeBron. Those kind of plays. Not really in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Until this moment, I said it's still off of him. Until this moment.
It's all right.
I'm kidding. Having said that, before looking ahead to this season, listening to your interview upon your introductory press conference a couple of weeks back,
Yes, ma'am.
you gave out the perspective and you understanding the approach of what have you done for me lately.
Yeah.
Can you take us back to that moment in Minnesota? It was a viral clip, obviously your celebration. It was very genuine. It was incredible.
A lot of people didn't
Emotional.
think it was.
What did that
They
do
never
for
won
you
anything.
at this point of your career?
You got to understand, I've been through some trials and tribulations, and everyone has. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has. So my story is not bigger than anyone else. But, to be on the team, you literally gave, blood, sweat, and tears to. You go in there and you ask for, some type of extension that you want to be part of, a so-called family for a long time, and to come in and, and beat them, and literally 6-7 months later, I felt like it was the biggest joy. And for me to write down a goal on my wall and write down a goal in my coach's office, a goal that's very hard, a goal that, talking about Minnesota, we won 52 games last year. To have that and to, write down your goal, I don't know where to be, the best, information teller throughout your career, and to actually hit it, you'll feel a little emotion too.
Winning is the greatest.
Yeah, that's it.
And when you do it with the team, if anyone's ever done from Little League on up.
Yeah, it's a great feeling,
It
too.
really is.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this because I I've known your story for a long time, but now that you're a Laker, you dive more into it. But you were drafted by the Lakers in 2009, and maybe even the next day traded to Miami. But when you look at your career, you had to go to Europe, Russia, and then back to the NBA, Houston, maybe 2013. Does that still stay with you?
All the time.
Yeah. Did that shape who you are?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And if I was to do it again, I'd do it exact same way.
Yeah.
I think.
Why is that? Why is it?
Most of my longevity, me knowing how to play the game of basketball, the angles for screens, the routes I need to take if I'm, dribbling the basketball, all that I learned in Europe. So it's no surprise why most of the European basketball is catching up nowadays. So that's no surprise. My longevity comes from good coaching I done had over the past years in Europe. Obviously, I've had Doc Rivers, I've had D'Antoni, I have, some T. Lou, I have some real some studs, obviously. But longevity comes from knowing how to play the game. Yeah. And you see why teams want.
That's one of the things I've always said about American kids. A lot of American kids, they think they deserve to be there. No. While these European kids, they're still basic and fundamentals. That's why a guy like Luka Doncic comes up and says he knew it was going to be easy to score just based on what he's seen. So there's a lot to be said about how they approach the game,
for sure,
and how our kids need to, because a lot of them aren't going to college. Yeah. They're not getting that 3 or 4 years of experience. So that's a great point.
Pat, the intensity that you and Russell Westbrook have shared over the years as opponents, well documented. But I think if anyone has paid attention over the last month or so since you became a Los Angeles Laker, it seems as if that intensity is also kind of what is a driving force for you and what you admire about Russell. Yeah. How would you describe the relationship and truly your want and desire to coexist and make this thing work?
And I'll tell you guys this story, and it's perfect timing for it, and I've never told anyone this story. This is when Russ playing with the Houston Rockets. We play the Houston Rockets, and you got to think what me and Russ had, like, he's at every chapel, and I'm at every chapel. So like the fuel starts there. Like, I'm trying to get right with Jesus, but at the same time, I'm looking at his slides like, hey man, why his slides look like that? So when we play Houston, he comes to me during the game like, yeah man, I got your sister courtside tickets, but I'm in so much game mode. The only thing I hear is my sister. I'm turning around like, hey, what the fuck's going on? So the play calms down to free throw line. I absorb what he says. I look at my sister. She's on the floor. He gave her seats. Don't know me from a can of paint. Obviously, this is a story he hasn't told. I haven't told. And next play I go to him during the game, free throw line. Hey, you know what? That's real as fuck. That's real. That's real. You did that. Yeah. And from that point on, if it was if I was to name a best friend, so far I've been on the team 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But if I was to name a best friend, it'd easily be him. Easy. We work out together, we lift weights together, we chat all the time. Easy.
That's great.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing that story.
No problem. But that's usually how it goes, though, in life. Yeah. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah, I loved what you said when you talked to the Laker media. First of all, everyone was kind of sitting there, and you fired everyone up. You said, hi.
Yeah.
Let's get back.
For some reason, people in L.A. don't like to speak for some reason. I don't know why.
We really like that. Two of us love it. But you had the funniest comment. You're like, they mentioned about you playing with AD and Bron. You're like, well, they get to play with me too. Yeah. And it struck me, like, what is exciting for you about that partnership with these guys who you've competed against, superstars of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's only two people that do what I do. That's me and Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And obviously, he has way more championships than I have, and so his is kind of pushed on a different pedestal than mine, but it's the exact same thing. Yeah. So like, obviously, I have my own personal identity. I have my own personal legacy. I've never missed the playoffs. So I've took 2 teams to the Western Conference Finals. Like, so I have my own thing that I go home and I sleep with. Like, I have to do this, I have to do that. And everyone's different. Obviously, LeBron's in year 20. He has a chance to, be the number 1 scorer in the league within the next 40, 50 games. Hopefully it was before that. Anthony Davis, a champion from Chicago, went to Kentucky. Yeah. Westbrook, MVP. So obviously they have that, but I got some shit too. Yeah. And I like to stand tough on mine because I put the work in for mine too. So that was my feeling behind it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about what you've achieved. It's the journey that there's a lot of great players that haven't won.
And it's his journey.
That has, exactly. It's yours.
It's mine.
That's one thing I like what Lonnie said. He said, look, Beverly, what you see on the court is what you see off the court. And that's the beauty of a player.
Nobody's more excited than Big Game. He asked everybody who sat here. You got Pat Bev on your team.
I appreciate that.
I said, when he was playing on other teams, I was like, damn, he get ready to lock somebody up.
But most
I
of the
can
older
tell.
most of the older people who played and who understand like winning basketball, how the game was played back in the day. It wasn't about, okay, yeah, you score your 30 and win. It was, man, what can I do to impact winning every night?
Every night.
That's right.
You know, and people who played the game at a high level, they understand that.
You wearing number 21. Number 21 for us was a guy that did it every night.
Michael Cooper.
The minister of defense, and he would say what needed to be said to anybody, except for Kareem. He didn't say too much for Kareem, But yeah.
Well, it's fun. When you play with superstars, you have to sacrifice stuff for your own game.
Yeah.
Right? You know you could go out and score 20 if you had to, but that's not what's needed.
Yeah.
And I think that's hard for people to understand sometimes inside a team concept.
Yeah, for sure. Like unconsciously, I'm in the locker room today. I have my trainer. I need all the breakdown of. I need LeBron in transition. I need Russell Westbrook in transition. I need Anthony Davis in the post, and I need to see what LeBron does on 3-1 pick and roll. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to get up to speed because I'm a detailed man, and I don't like losing. So I like to be prepared before I even go into my battle. So I need to know what's going on. So Kendrick Nunn walks by like, damn, you watching film already? Yeah. Matter of fact, and you need to be your ass right here too, watching me too. And you get more of that throughout the team. Wins go come.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. That'll come.
Constructive criticism is the best thing you can have on a team. Damn, I'm excited, dude.
And you do that consistently every day, just like telling you guys. If you did everything you're supposed to every day and didn't miss it, you have no chance but to be successful. I mean, you're not going to lose.
And this right here is why the man threw himself a party when he signed with the Los Angeles Lakers.
I was so sad.
Can you take us into
I wanted to be at that party, man. That was the best video ever.
Yeah, my girlfriend, she's from, she lives in LA. She wanted to do like a welcome home, baby type of party.
So
and obviously when Pat Bev, you hear Pat Bev throws a party, I for some reason think it's gonna be a certain type of way, but then when it's not, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I moved.
We had cakes and everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
The next party is gonna be for one of those bad boys.
Yeah, that's the only one that matters.
That's the only one that he's after now.
That's the only one that matters.
So it's funny when you were breaking down Russ's game and your game back at your introductory press conference. We were sitting there going, I don't know, does he want to coach TV? It reminded us of Rondo a little bit, because when Rondo came here, everyone's like, okay, he can coach one day if he wants. He'd go into TV. We said the exact same thing. I know you don't want to think about that, but is that in your future?
No.
Yeah, not yet.
No. My future is to own a team.
Got it.
And I've been fortunate to.
I love that.
I have I have the best girlfriend in the world, and she's gonna help me out with that, and I'm really excited.